Hello, everybody. Just want to make sure that here we go. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Wow. Another day, another week of my day of purpose. I'm so honored. Please, if you're wherever you're joining or connecting, if you don't mind letting me know where you're connecting from. I know Facebook and the internet has made the world a small village. So I know it could be morning for some people, afternoon for some other people, and it could be night. Um, so I'm just glad to be here again. Our week two. Wow. You know, sometimes, starting something is usually the hardest thing to do. You just start. Sometimes you got to do it afraid. And that's what I have done. When I came last week, as scared as I was, I still had to do what I had to do. And even now, I'm still scared. But I have learned to not rest on just my energy and my strength. I trust that God will help me, because one thing I know for a fact is that this program is not about me in any way. It's about God and about what He's going to do for us. So I'm so grateful. It's an honor to serve, really. It's really an honor to serve. I'm glad that we're here tonight. I know last week, I'm going to give a little recap of what we did last week. You know, the title is My Day of Purpose. And the reason is because it's your day, it's my day of purpose. It's our time to begin to live our purpose. And so I want to, I know one of the things we said last week was waiting is no longer a strategy. We don't want to say, oh, I'm waiting, because if you keep waiting, you will wait forever. So do something and start to do it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. And we also realize that, if we must fulfill our purpose, we have to let God be the driver. We have to be, he will have to be the one sitting on the driver's seat while we enjoy the ride, which means to fulfill your purpose, you've got to go back to God, your creator, your maker, the one that put you together. So that's a little bit of recap of what we did last week. And so today, we are also looking into a very important topic. But one of the things that I was thinking throughout the week was, what is purpose? What is really purpose? Because, sometimes when people hear it, I think they have different meanings of what it means to them. So I went to the dictionary and I began to look up the word purpose. And please feel free to let us know where you're, tuning in from. Feel free to, if you have a prayer request. Honestly, I take prayers. If you have question, put it there. Because really, we're just living our lives, by serving. He said the meaning of purpose is the reason for which something is created, or for which something exists. So purpose is the reason for which something is created and for which something exists. So purpose is that problem that you were born to solve. What is that problem that only you were born to solve? So when you start living and begin to fulfill that purpose, that thing you were created, that thing you were born to serve or born to take care of, then you're beginning to live in your purpose. And one thing I know, that purpose is also it's like a pain that you were created to heal. A problem you're created to solve. That's your purpose. Because we need to understand what purpose is all about. When you're making a difference in the lives of people, that is also working in purpose. That's purpose. Because the truth about life is when we're living our life for us, then truly we are not working in purpose. Because purpose, it's about making impact. It's about reaching out to other people. It's about making a difference. So I wanted to start with that so that we can get a better understanding of what purpose is about. And also I realized that even as business person or as a career person, a lot of us are living out our purpose in our careers, in our businesses, in the things that we're doing. You know, some people, I mean, that are either in the medical field or in the business field or even in law, in different, in the legal system, they are living out their purpose because it's like this is why I was born. I was born to be a healer, you know. That's why sometimes when you go to the hospitals, for instance, some nurses are different or some doctors are different, just the way the human touch that they put in the things that they do. You can tell the difference between a doctor and a doctor and a nurse and a nurse because it shows. So I want us to understand that purpose can also be lived, can also be expressed by your career, by your business, by that thing that you were created. And purpose is not about you. It's very important that we understand that it's not about you. It's about helping others. It's about, helping others. So a lot of times people are saying, I need clarity. I really don't know what my purpose is. I don't really understand. I'm just going through the motion. A lot because maybe the job that they're doing presently, maybe there's no fulfillment. They don't find that fulfillment. That true fulfillment is not there. You just know that, well, I have to get a job so I can pay the bills. So there's no true purpose being lived, being expressed in that job that they're doing. So that's why one of the things that we're going to talk about towards the end, of this is what can be done to bring clarity so that you and I can begin to live our purpose. It said, as you're living out your purpose right, and so of course the question will be, are you living out your purpose right now? It's really a question for you to answer and for me to answer. Because remember, this whole thing is about my day of purpose. Are you living out your purpose? Am I living out my purpose? The thing you're doing right now, is that the reason why you were created? Is that the reason why you were put on earth? Are you making a difference with what you're doing? Because if it's all about you, then that is not purpose. Now, I'm reminded of Jesus in the Bible because that's my basics of what I do. In 1 John, and please feel free to drop some of those for me. Hey, Rhoda. Oh, thank you, Rhoda, for joining. And Miss Tracy, thank you very much. 1 John chapter 3, verse 8. He said, for this purpose was the Son of Man made for this purpose. Talking about Jesus. There was a purpose for which Jesus came. He came for a purpose. He did not come. And we saw how that played out. He came, he lived his life, he suffered, and of course he resurrected. But we saw that there was a reason for which Jesus came. And we saw how within the space of 3 years or 3.5 years, he was able to accomplish that purpose and he went back to his Creator. For this purpose, Christ came to destroy the works of darkness. He came and he accomplished that purpose. Yes, Miss Tracy asked the question, she says, should your purpose and your job go together? It's possible. It's possible that your job right now, you're living out your purpose through your job. It's possible. So if the job that you're doing or whatever thing you're doing or the business you're doing, and a lot of times, Miss Tracy, what also happens is that if, maybe you have to have a job, of course, so you can pay your bills and all that. But there is a passion. There is something you love to do. For some of us, it may be babysitting. We just love to babysit. I mean, you can even say, bring all the kids. Don't even pay me. I'll take care of them. That's just a passion. But it's possible that while you're doing your job, your regular job, you can be doing you can be following your passion on a part-time basis. And a time might come when, as you keep doing that, little by little on the side, that that passion may even begin to bring you income and fulfillment, because you will find true fulfillment in it. And as that happens, a time will come, you'll be like, okay, I cannot do because now your passion is bringing you more income or bringing you revenue, and you're like, okay, I can't even do this job. I have to follow my passion. So he said, yes, yes. Miss Rhoda said, yes, yes, I'm making a difference in the lives of others on my life path. Yes. As we go through life, is our life making a difference? It's important. It's important. And so one of the things we're going to be talking about today is that we're here. We didn't come here by accident. It wasn't an accident that you and I were created. I started by explaining, giving us definitions of purpose. I remember when I used to work in the medical field many years ago, I could tell the difference between a nurse that was there, like that, she's so passionate because of the way she treats the residents or the patient, and the one that is just there for the money. It is so clear, like night and day. And you can tell when you sit with the one that is so passionate about what she does. I mean, she goes extra mile. That becomes a purpose. That becomes a passion. And the one that is there just for the money, it plays out. You can just see it like night and day. So you see that in every department of our lives. So what we're saying is, I remember a friend asking me, and she said, even though she right now she's working, but she said, I desire to have a business. I really have this desire to start a small business on the side. And I asked her what kind of business, and she told me, and I said, one thing you can do is, since this is something you really desire to do on the side, you can actually begin to volunteer or work on a part-time basis on this other thing that you really want to do. Like, for instance, if it's a business and you really want to know more about that business before you venture into it fully, you can volunteer your time to go to somebody that's already doing that kind of business and just begin to learn. And a time is going to come, as you keep learning, it will come to the point where, okay, it's time for me to have my own, and then you're no longer doing your 9-to-5 job. Your passion now becomes your full purpose, and then you go all out. Because the truth is that you will find true purpose or fulfillment, truly. You'll find your fulfillment when you start living out your purpose. So in order not to overflog that issue, let's go to today's topic. We are not here by accident. There must be a reason. And please don't forget that all of the teaching that we're doing is coming from I'm so sorry. It's The Purpose Driven Life. The Purpose Driven Life. That is a book that I really felt led to use to kind of encourage us every week, because that book by Rick Warren is so loaded. It's loaded. So I felt, man, I don't want to enjoy this alone. I want to be able to share with my friends on Facebook. And I'm glad I'm doing that. So it said, you're not born by accident. We are not here by accident. We are here by divine, it was divinely put together. So don't say, oh, my life is nothing. I'm just living this life. It doesn't matter anyhow. No, your life has a purpose. Your life has a meaning. There is a reason why you were created. Look at what the Bible says or said in the book of Psalm 139, verse 15. I'm going to read from the Message Bible. 139, verse 15. Very important. Verse 15. It said, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. I am so sorry. I just found it. It said, "You know me inside and out." Psalm 139 verse 15. You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit. How I was sculptured from nothing into something. We are here not by accident. You are here not by accident. I am here not by accident. There was a reason why I was created. God knows us, how we were put together bit by bit in our parents, in our mom's belly. God knows. And then still the same Psalm 139 verse 16. It said, and this is the Living Bible now. You saw me before I was born. Psalm 139 verse 16. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation. He said, you saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. You saw me before I was born. You saw me. You did. So it's not, wow, thank you. Oh, wow. Amen. Yes, we have been born. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Miss Rhoda. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Absolutely. Yes, the Purpose Driven Life is in Amazon. You can get that in Amazon. You can get it in most of the, like even Barnes and Nobles, some of these, of course, go online. It's all there. You can't miss it. But one of the things that is so, so important is that you and I, we were made before. God himself put us, even before I believe before our parents even came together and all of that, God knew. He created us long before. So your life is not an accident. You did not show up by accident. No, you didn't. There was a purpose. Your parents had a DNA that God wanted to make you the custom you. I'm going to repeat that. Your parents, they had the DNA, the exact DNA that God wanted to use to make the custom you. So you are not here by accident. You are not. And God never makes anything by accident, as a matter of fact. No, he's a purposeful God. We saw that even in the Garden of Eden, when God created Adam and Eve. We saw how that played out. God had a plan. He had a purpose for putting Adam and Eve together. The Bible says he will come during the evenings and he will come to have fellowship with them. So Adam, how are you? How was your day? How was your day today? What's going on, Adam? What's going on, Eve? He had a plan. Nothing, you are not here by accident. Don't let nobody lie to you. And God had a purpose. And somebody will be like, but why did God even create me? Well, I believe he created you out of love. Well, let's see that in Ephesians chapter 1. I'm going to quickly read that. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 14a. Ephesians 1, 14a. Or 4a, I'm so sorry. Ephesians 1, 4a. It said, long before he laid down earth's foundation, he had us in mind, had settled on us as the focus of his love, to be made whole and holy by his love. Long before the foundation of the earth was made, we were his focus. God had us in his mind. And he created us out of his love. Remember, God is love. So he's not going to create anything outside of him. Oh, thank you, Miss Jessica. Yes. God has a purpose. God had a purpose for your life, for my life. He's a purposeful God. Your life is not an accident and can never be an accident. Mm-mm. It's not. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're just going to live life and then we will die and then this. And, people give all kinds of, no, 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 no. Don't accept that. Look at the book of James. James chapter 1 verse 18. And this is from the New Century Version. The book I'm using for the purpose-driven life. Man, thank God for our brother Rick. He was all over the scriptures, and I love that. James chapter 1 verse 18, the New Century Version. He said, God decided to give us life through the word of truth, so we might be the most important of all the things He made. You are the most important of all the things that God put together. God's motive for creating us is love, because God is love. That's true. It is clear that His purpose, the reason for which God created you and I, that we are not here to mark time. Especially as moms, we tend to be all over the place. We run up and down, we cook, we do this, we do all of these things. And at the end of the day, our purpose have not actually been achieved. So we have to remember, last week we realized and we found out that if we must find our purpose, if we must walk in our purpose, we have to go back to our Creator. I want to believe and I pray that a lot of us, took some time to pray and to seek the face of God. And if you're not cleared about your purpose, it's okay to say, God, what am I? Or begin to look inwardly. What is it that, one of the ways you know your purpose is there are things when you see it just bothers you so much. Some other person will look at it, they will just walk away. They're like, it don't bother me. But every time that you see that thing, it hurts you so bad. That's a clue to your purpose. That's a clue. Because you're supposed to make that thing right. I hope I'm talking to somebody tonight. Please, if this is blessing you, feel free to, drop a chat. Say something. Because, there is a reason why you were created. So the thing that everybody else will see and just walk away, when you see it, you're like, something has got to be done. It's like in the government. People that are elected officials that are in the government right now that are making a difference, changing lives, touching people. It may be in an office. You may be, in the hospital. It's like, for instance, my husband is in the medical field. When I see the way he treats, and I'm not blowing his trumpets, the way he treats, his, and then of course the commendation he gets every time from his job. Patients who write of how he was so nice, how he took care of them, how he went extra mile, this and that. And I'm like, wow. I believe he's living out his purpose. Now, he could also have some other things he would want to do. But that is what purpose should be. The reason for which you were created. And I want to quickly say that if you're needing clarity, if you're saying, you know what, I understand now that I'm not here by accident. I understand now there is a reason for which I am created, but I'm not really sure about it. I'm not really too clear. I need somebody to help me gain clarity about that. Well, I'm here. I'm here, and I also told us last week that I have a coach that we had collaborated together. We are partnering to bring clarity to us. I even offered us a free 30-minute consultation session. If you're saying, hey, I just want to have some time with you to find out, if, what I'm supposed to do. You just need clarity. Feel free to DM me or send a comment, write a comment. Hey, I would like to talk to you. Because I'm not here showing up live just to waste time, just to waste your time or waste my time. Because I desire to walk in my purpose. And I not only desire it, I desire it for every one person out there, especially our moms. Because it's so easy to get caught up in everything else. And truly, and then we're looking for that joy, that thing to feel the joy, and it's not there. We're not finding it in our kids. We're not finding it in our husband. We're not finding it in anything, because you've got to find out the reason for which you exist, the reason for which you're created. And until then, it's hard to say you're living life. So remember today that you are not here by accident. I am not here by accident. As a matter of fact, we are here on purpose. Oh, I've got to say that again. You, Miss Tracy, Miss Jessica, Miss Rhoda, we are all here on purpose. God had us in mind when He created us. Before we showed up, He had us, He thought about us. So, knowing that I'm not here to waste time, I want us to know that it's time to live, to begin to walk in that we have been created to walk in. And I'm going to offer us again. We've got a coaching sessions. If you want to take advantage of it, you can DM me. You can, send a comment. We are here to help you gain clarity. Because I know, as well as my partner, that if women are empowered, if we know the purpose for which we were created, if we begin to walk in that purpose, everything else changes for good. It affects even the way we raise our children. It affects our marriage. It affects everything about our lives. The things that are so, all of those things that get us so irritated and so you just you look at it, you're like, it's not worth my time. I'm going somewhere. I have a place that I've got to be. Oh, my sister-in-law. Hi, Bliss. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Bliss. I'm going somewhere. So my eyes is focused on where I'm going. Because I know one thing, that on the last day when you and I will stand before our Creator, we will not be asked, how many children did you have? Did you get married or were you single? None of those. It is, what did you do with what I gave you? We've got to give account. We will give account. With everything that He gave you, what did you do with it? That's all that we will be asked. So my prayer tonight is that you, if you're there, remember, it's your day of purpose. It's my day of purpose. If you need clarity on what to do, on, discovering your purpose as a person, I'm here. We are here to help you walk through that path. It's a 6 sessions. Now, in that 6 session is a 90 minutes. Every time we meet with you, it's 90 minutes of our time. Encouraging you, showing you things, talking to you, letting you realize what it is that is inside of you, that you don't even realize that is there. And so many other things. So I want to encourage us. Feel free. And remember, don't forget, we've got a 30 minutes free consultation time where you can meet with us, no charge. You meet with us and we talk it over. Because our desire, Miss Iffy and I's desire, is that at the end of the day, women especially, we will walk in our purpose. We will gain clarity of why we are here. And as we begin to gain clarity, we will begin to make a difference. Remember, it's all about making a difference. I don't know if somebody has something to say. He said, somewhere else, Miss Tracy said, we get carried away by family and forget ourselves. Absolutely true. We forget that we are here on assignment, and we get caught up on issues, leaving out the real reason why we were created. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I want to thank every one of you that came to, that is here live. And I know that a lot of us that will probably watch the replay, feel free to, when you go back to watch the replay, put hashtag replay. So I know that, you watched it. And if you have any comments, feel free to, comment. Let's know if this is blessing you. Let's know what you feel about, this program, because it's for you and it's for me. Remember, it is my day of purpose and it's your day of purpose. Thank you guys for coming out and joining. God bless you all. I love you. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.